Hello everyone, my name's Fox, and I'm told again I'm Fox. And I got another theory. And also I'm talking about I'm also talking about Final Fantasy again, so whoops. But this is a theory that's I kind of was mulling around in my head, because one, Final Fantasy 15. One of my favorite Final Fantasy games, or one of my favorite Final Fantasy games, and I count Kingdom Hearts. Don't mind, I like 7, 15, other games, I don't know. I actually really need to play more of the Final Fantasy games other than Dissidia, 7, 15, and Kingdom Hearts. Though, seeing how I like 15 and Kingdom Hearts, you can kind of see more of which playstyle I kind of like more. And Dissidia, what playstyle I like more than just, not step by step, turn-based. But, I want to do this quick video. Sorry that it looks like it's the sun's blowing up behind me, or the light's blowing up behind me. But Kingdom Hearts is about light, and so is Final Fantasy 15. But this is a theory that was mulling around in my head, and after finishing 15, a warning, spoiler alerts for 15 and maybe for Kingdom Hearts. This theory's been rolling on my head, especially because of the guy who made Final Fantasy 15. I believe wrote it, and he's also the same guy I believe who did Kingdom Hearts. And it goes back to a couple things. One being that Noctis, that the guy who made the game said that the main character from Final Fantasy 15, Noctis Lucium Caelum, which translates to the bright night sky, I believe it was called, that the reason why his name is the bright night sky, whatever, is because he is the opposite of Sora from Kingdom Hearts. And they say, and you can kind of see that, especially they even show a picture of Noctis sitting in the throne with the engine blade with the sword in his hand, and Sora has a very similar picture like that, of him sitting in the crown, sitting like this with the keyblade in hand. And those are some awesome. It's awesome, but then it kind of got me thinking a little bit, especially after I beat the game. Is he hinting at something in Kingdom Hearts 3 with this? Because he says that the two are basically exact opposites almost. And you can kind of see that a bit. Sora's fun, happy-go-lucky. He's fun, happy-go-lucky. While Noctis is the dark, brooding type. Naruto and Sasuke. That's... Honestly, if anything, they should have cast the dude who played Sasuke as Noctis' voice. Or maybe that would have been a little bit too hitting the nail on the head. But, fudge, he would have did really well. But he's playing Spider-Man now. not in the Cinematic Universe video game. But, it kind of got me thinking a little bit more. Because watching this game, you kind of see an arc with Noctis, of course, where you see him he's secluded. He's doesn't really know how to tell his emotions and stuff, but you slowly see him kind of open up and more to his friends and everything. You see him, wearing all black, all everything, but then you slowly but then towards, spoilers again for Final Fantasy 15, they call him the King of Kings, though, the King of Light. And they slowly show him becoming the wheel, the power of the crystal. He in the end defeats the darkness and becoming light and stuff. And again, the wielder of light. And I was just kind of looking at that, and I was just kind of thinking, well, Noctis, a character whose name kind of basically means night, who's nighttime, darkness, and then the bringer of light, the King of Light, the King of Kings. Again, hitting the nail on the head right there, Final Fantasy. Nail on the head. King of Kings. I wonder if I've heard that before. But then again, technically, I'm pretty sure America, a lot of people do, a lot of Japanese things, and, Japanese are like, I wonder where you got that. I'm an idiot. But anyways, let me get to the theory. Basically, we see Noctis, save the world from darkness. He brings out the light of the world. He makes the sun rise again. The sun rises again because of him, and he dies for this cause. But then again, I went back to even like how they summon their weapons is very similar. How Sora summons the Keyblade out of basically nothing light, and then Noctis does the same thing. Though in the mangas, Sora has the Keyblade like in his like belt loop, but yeah, it's very similar. But again, coming back to this, Noctis brought the light. He defeated the darkness. He allowed light to prosper. But then again, there is that thing the guy said. The guy who wrote for the game. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. It was like Tojima. I am so sorry. Someone correct me. I'm looking at the box now. I don't see it. But it was they said these two are supposed to be the exact opposites of each other. These two characters, and again, you see that through their personalities. But what if also their stories kind of show the difference between them? And what do I mean by this? You can kind of guess, probably, especially since I made a similar video later on. But again, I'm trying to bring some more backstory to this, or quote unquote facts or whatnot, information that'll help. Basically, if Noctis and Sora are extremely different, are supposed to be the exact opposites of each other almost. Noctis starts basically in darkness and works his way into becoming light. You know, he's dark, he's brooding, he's angry. He's kind of a little spoiled. I feel a little bit in the beginning of the game, but after, you know, something bad happens to his dad, I can kind of see why he's a little dark and brooding after that a little bit better. But, you know, they should have done a little bit more with that. This might, but you see him then kind of, you know, again, let his emotions out a little bit more with his friends and everything. Especially towards the end of the game, you see everything. He's sad, he's crying, he's saying, "You guys are my best friends, the family, or whatnot." And really, it does hit me. It hits me pretty hard towards the end. I'm like, "Oh, jeez, knock." But especially when like you start replaying the beginning of the game, like audio, I'm just like, "Oh, this feels so bad." But again, this is kind of gets me thinking. What again? Sora is the exact opposite. Sora began in light. But does that mean then he will slowly start going into darkness? Or will, in the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, become darkness or the next evil thing? Because they've said already that the Seeker of Darkness arc is going to end in Kingdom Hearts 3. With Xehanort and everything, it's going to be the end. But also, again, that means who's going to be the next villain? Who's going to be the big bad? And again, Noctis and Sora are the exact opposite, are supposed to be the exact opposites. What if Sora turns dark? What if Xehanort does something? I don't know if it'll be like, you know, transferring his heart to Sora, but something happens that makes Sora go dark. He becomes, again, Noctis began in darkness and rose to light. Sora begins in light and descends into darkness. He, in the end, maybe he doesn't save everyone. Maybe in the end he doesn't give up or whatever is needed. Because really, if you think about the Kingdom Hearts games, Sora, like they even say like in the first game, Sora really wasn't the first choice for the Keyblade. The Keyblade technically was going to choose Riku because of Terra. Terra gave the Keyblade to Riku, but because Riku's heart fell into darkness, the Keyblade then went to Sora. I think it was supposed to be that later on that Sora is stronger or something like that, that allowed his heart to gain strength to get the Keyblade back, or maybe it was just more full of light. But again, it's still saying like, yeah, Riku was the stronger one. And it's even starting to show throughout the game, especially Kingdom Hearts 3D, spoiler alerts for that. Riku, in the end, becomes the master, and it's not only because, Riku became the master, he's the best one. No, it's because he's done something that other Keyblade wielders either became corrupted by, or consumed it, and he learned to control darkness. He wields both darkness and light. It's one of the reasons why he's one of my favorite characters. He becomes strong, consume the darkness, and return it to light. he can wield both of them, which makes him freaking awesome in Dream Drop Distance when you can get all of his dark powers. Fudge me, the game is so much fun. Teleporting around, stabbing them with the awesome weapon abilities he used, like in Kingdom Hearts 1 and stuff. It's freaking great. But again, like, a lot of, like, really, Sora, yeah, he is, like, you know, a great wielder of light. He's the wielder of, he can, sorry, I'm just, he was able to wield the Keyblade. He is a strong character, but what if eventually he gets knocked down? Because Sora, especially, actually, it could be because of Ventus that he goes dark. Because if you don't know about Sora's backstory, Sora allowed his heart to be kind of possessed by Ventus's heart to allow Ventus to not fall into darkness and disappear. So he has two pieces of a heart inside of him. He has his own heart and Ventus's heart. So what will happen when Ventus's heart breaks off from Sora? What happens when that goes into the body? What happens if that leaves kind of a hole in Sora that is then filled with darkness and then allows darkness to enter him? Because Sora is supposed to be the purest of light. He's like one of the purest of light. But we have seen before, though, that if he ever was taken over by darkness, encoded, where Heartless Sora takes over the journal, in there, he becomes one of the most strongest. He becomes the strongest Heartless there is, where he can like transform to like this mini Shadow to a giant, to a dark side, to then a Shadow Sora. Sora would become a pretty strong dark user, and we've seen that foreshadowed a bit with that giant Heartless. And it's kind of the question now is what that would kind of make him a pretty good enemy for the next games, because it's Kingdom Hearts is darkness versus light. It's kind of like Star Wars in many ways, but it's darkness and light. The two go at it, and again, Sora's heart is apparently super strong. He has not only the heart, he has the heart of Ventus. He technically has the heart of Roxas. Technically, you say, oh, well, Roxas is a nobody. He doesn't have a heart. Yeah, well, they kind of already said that the nobodies do kind of gain hearts. This is the reason why you have to play all the Kingdom Hearts games. But Roxas kind of does have a heart because it starts forming. A heart starts forming in a nobody, if I remember correctly, something like that. But, so he has 3 wielders of light technically inside of him. And a big chunk of them is, believe it is Ventus's heart. So if Ventus' heart does get taken out, what will happen? Will that allow a little bit of darkness in there to slowly allow him to be corrupted? Because again, I don't know. This is just a thought I was thinking of. Because again, if Noctis and Sora are supposed to be two separate characters, it's kind of two separate characters, or not two separate, kind of opposites to each other. Would that then mean, like, technically even with parents, because the dad sees Noctis off, or like, Noctis' dad is the only one parent you see in Final Fantasy 15, and the only parent you know of Sora's, or at least hear of her, is Sora's mom. Which again, you have to be wondering, what the fudge is she doing? What is she thinking? Like, my son has been gone for 3 years. I think he's dead. Actually, do you think all of them remember Sora on Destiny Islands, or do you think like a lot of them forgot? Like, does the mom ever just go to like why do I have a room full of kid stuff? But I don't know. This is just a quick thought. Mostly it kind of hinged on, like, you know, again, the opposite of the two. What would happen? A lot of that was just theorizing a bit, like how he could go dark. And most likely it would be that, like, you know, then his heart gets taken out and that allows for darkness to enter him. Or it could be that Xehanort does a master plan. Maybe Xehanort does use puts his soul into Sora in the end. Because we already seen also that Xehanort already wants Sora to become dark. He wants him to become the 13th vessel. So it's not that far off to assume something might bad happen to Sora. And again, the story really, it seems more like everything's setting up that Riku is the more stronger one. Riku is the hero that will save everyone. Yes, Sora is connected to all of these people. Yes, he is the I guess the key that connects all their hearts and has saved the world. But a lot of the times he doesn't save the world by himself. Actually, in 1 and 2, it's saved by Riku. Heck, even in Chain of Memories, Sora is still the one who technically needs to be saved because he's then kept in the chamber and has to get his memories back, and Riku has to help with that. And again, Dream Drop Distance, it's not even really Sora's game because in the end, it's Riku who saves the day, who saves Sora. It's like, it's kind of the best way I can say it, and I wish I gotten this a little bit sooner, but it's kind of like Star Wars. And I said it already, it's kind of like Star Wars, but it's even a little bit more. Like, if you watch it from 4 to 6, you're going to kind of say, okay, this is Luke's story. This is Luke's story itself. But if you really watch it from 1 to 6, and maybe 7 and 8, 9, if it goes on, because there's a whole thing about reincarnation possibly. But if you watch it from 1 to 6, it's Anakin's story. Anakin is the one. Yeah, Darth Vader barely has any screen time in 4, 5, 6, or he does have screen time, but like it's kind of the thing. Like, what 1 to 6, you slowly see the dark. You slowly see that it's really his story, and in this case, Anakin would be. I guess you could technically say it's Terra, but you can see that technically it's kind of Riku's story. Riku was chosen by Terra to protect them. You slowly see Riku go into darkness in Kingdom Hearts 1, and then slowly we see him return to light, and not only return to light, be a balance between both light and darkness.
Yeah, he does.
Seeing that thing, you slowly see that it's not really Sora's story. Yes, Sora helps out. Sora does fight off all these bad guys or whatever, but in the end, he always needs help in the end by Riku. He always needs help in the end. There's an entire different story. Like, Riku's trying to help his friends. He tries to help them as much as he can to make them stronger, to make them be able to fight off the things. And again, it's really Riku's story all throughout all of that. Sora is trying to find Riku. Sora's trying to find Kairi. But in the end, Riku's always the one saving his butt. So Riku's the one who sacrifices himself to the darkness in the end of part 1 to seal it. He's the one to close the doors. He's the one who walks the path between Twilight to bring Sora's memories back. To go up against the organization basically alone. And he's even the one who fought off the darkness inside him, which was Ansem, the heartless Ansem, not Ansem the wise. But yeah, and it's always him saving Sora. Even again, so Sora is the eyes we see through, the character we're following, but it really feels more like it's Riku's story. And wouldn't it be awesome, like maybe the chapter after this one? And like you said, well, what about 7? Or Star Wars 7? Like, that's technically Rey. That's not Anakin's story. Well, one, you can kind of guess because like it's the legacy of Anakin, but also there is kind of a theory that Rey might be the reincarnation of Anakin. Which, if that's the case, fudge, yes, I want to see this happen. Because I want to see in episode 8 at the point where she finds this out, where she like somehow gets Anakin's memories back and looks at Luke and go, Luke, I'm your father. Dun dun dun. I don't know. I just think that'd be kind of a cool thing, like a what the moment, but it's also kind of like, oh crap. I don't know. But again, Riku seems to be the one who will be able to do this, the one who saves it. And I wouldn't say Sora wouldn't, like, again, Noctis gives himself up to save the world. I wouldn't say Sora wouldn't do that, but I feel like something will happen where he'll be turned by the darkness. And in the end, we might have a similar battle between, like, how the ending bad, and it's that bit of Final Fantasy 15, but the ending bad guy versus Noctis. I feel like there could be an epic battle like that, but against Riku against Sora. Sora being the one that's being corrupted by the darkness. And maybe even wields a dark Keyblade. Who knows? Maybe he steals Mickey's Keyblade and wields the Keyblade of darkness, and then you see Riku wield the Keyblade of light. Heck, that would be actually cool for the next arc of the series. Let's see Riku as the main focus. Let's see Riku as the main focus, and for the next couple games, let's see him and maybe him and Kairi, and him, Kairi, Donald, Goofy, keep them still here, and even Mickey also. Maybe Mickey joins Kairi for a little bit. I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool. Tell me what you guys think. I've already run rambling for 21 minutes, but tell me what you guys think of this theory. I know I've been rambling for a lot, so it's kind of long, but either way. Tell me what you guys think. Thank you also for watching. If you want to show videos that I've done, please leave a description below, or the 2 annotations right behind me. Or the 2 little things behind me. Yeah, but either way, thank you also for watching. Check out my videos, and we will see you later. Dark Fire Naga!